Welcome to Chapter 11, Section 6, entitled Dividing Integers. To begin with, let's look here. Key concept. The quotient of two integers with different signs is negative, and the quotient of two integers with the same sign is positive. What this means, this is just like the multiplication. You should remember from last lesson, a positive times a positive results in a positive. A negative times a negative results in a positive. The negatives, I guess you would say two negatives cancel out. So this negative and this negative become both positives. They cancel each other out. If you reverse it and say that one is positive and one is negative, when you multiply, the result is negative. There's only one negative, so there's no canceling out. And it doesn't matter which one is first and which one is second. So you should be able to look at a bunch of different numbers and not even caring what the numbers are. The result of this multiplication, there are a bunch of things being multiplied here. You're looking for the fact that do you have two negatives that can cancel out? Negative times a negative cancels out. Positive, 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 positive. A lone negative means a negative result. So, that was for multiplication. For division, it's the same. A positive divided by a positive results in a positive. A negative divided by a negative results in a positive. Two negatives cancel out. That negative and that negative cancel each other out. But if you have a positive divided by a negative or a negative divided by a positive, the result will be a negative solution. So, different signs, it's negative. Same sign, positive. So take a look at this. Negative 9 divided by 3. Separate 9 negative counters into 3 equal sizes, groups. So here are 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 different groups. So there are 3 groups of 3 negative counters. So negative 3. Now honestly, you do not need to use counters. All you have to think of is 9 divided by 3 equals 3. And then take into consideration the fact that different signs means negative result. Negative times a positive gives us a negative 3 answer. Here you go. Now, 28 divided by 7. Separate 28 positive counters into 7 equal size groups. So here's 27 positive counters. 4 into 7 equal size groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups. And since there are 7 groups of 4 positive counters, so that means the result is 4. And looking at the sign, positive divided by a positive means a positive result. All right, divide. Use counters if necessary. I think you can do this by saying 16 divided by 4. or writing it as 16 divided by 4. Now, 16 divided by 4. If you grouped all of these together, 16 divided by 4 is 4. And the question is, what is the sign? Well, we have a negative divided by a positive, which means the result will be negative. There are no canceling out of the negative signs. 28, 4 divided by 8. This time I'll use counters. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So here are some counters. We need to divide them up. So I actually drew this a little bit incorrectly. I should have had 8 lines here. Oh, not X's. All right, so here are 24 counters. Count them up, pause the video, count them up again, but there are 24 counters there. Now it says we, using counters, should break them into 8 groups. 1 group, 2 group, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And since in each group there are 3, the result is 3. 24 divided by 8 is 3. Positive divided by a positive gives us a result that is also positive. All right, dividing integers, some more. Since negative 8 times 2 is negative 16, it follows that negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. And it's a negative quotient. So for this one, this is basically, once you learn your multiplication tables, once you know your division tables like this, you should be able to do a lot better. Meaning up here, 36 divided by negative 6. Well, 36 divided by 6. Well, 6 times 6 is 36. So right away, you should know that this has a 6 involved. The question is, positive divided by negative results in a negative answer. Here, negative divided by a positive results in a negative solution. This one, 30 divided by 5 gives us 6. But negative divided by negative. Same sign, 2 negatives cancel out, and it becomes positive 6. So it is a positive quotient. All right, looking here, 36 over 9 is equal to 4. But negative divided by a positive ends up being a negative result. 4 and negative, that's 14 divided by 2. We know the result because of this singular negative will be negative. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 42 divided by 6, that's also 7. And if you look, a negative with another negative, they cancel. The result will be a positive 7. So for this example, a scuba diver descends a total of 56 feet below the surface of the ocean in 4 minutes. The diver descended at a constant rate. Which integer gives the feet descended per minute? Right. The first thing you need to do is you need to find the feet per minute the diver descended. represent the total number of feet below the surface of the ocean using negative 56. It is below the surface, therefore it is a negative number. And you're doing this every minute. So to find a rate, constant rate, it's a division problem. Since it's a division problem, you're setting up negative 56 for every 4 minutes. And when you do the division, remember, 56 divided by 4, that is 56 divided by 4, 14. Then, and notice, you've got 14, you've got negative 14. So now you look at the signs. A negative divided by a positive. That result is going to be negative. So the answer is negative 14. Oh, I'm sorry. Negative 14 is the numerical answer, but our letter answer is A. Take a look at this. Roberto missed, negative, a total of 6 points on a science quiz. If he missed the same number of points on each of 3 problems, which integer represents the number of points missed for each problem? So, if you miss the same number of points on each of the 3 problems. So there are 3 problems, negative 6. That means missed 6 points. 3 problems. That means each one was 2. And a negative over a positive means negative 2. So your answer should be H. All right. So please do not forget that you need to do the CYUs, or try the CYUs, on page 596. And it's problems 1 to 7 all. You need to try those. In class, we'll get into this some more. All right, good luck.